Hey, this is Seth Greene. We are here at the Double Your Production in 12 Months Guaranteed webinar. I am your host today, and we are going to go ahead and get started. So let's talk a little bit about the need in the marketplace. So, you saw the Dow Jones Industrial Average back in '07 get up to 14,000. You saw it tank down to 6,000, and now it's back up. So why on earth would you have any need for marketing? Well, because along the way from the 14,000 down to 6, you probably lost some clients. Or you probably aren't quite bringing on the level of new clients that you used to. Your clients aren't referring the way they used to, if they referred at all. And heck, you probably aren't as comfortable if you're like a lot of financial advisors asking for referrals when technically you lost them money. Now, obviously, it's not your fault. It's the market. And their accounts aren't, and they may be wondering how come their accounts aren't back to where they were in '07 when the market's back. And obviously, that's just such a fun question to answer because they understand it so well. But if you think about it, the marketplace we obviously saw a whole lot of financial advisors leave the business. Um, they're either retiring or they couldn't take the market tanking, just like the mortgage brokers. A whole lot of mortgage brokers and real estate agents got out of the business when their market bubble burst. Happens every market cycle. So where does that leave you as a financial advisor? Well, if you are doing any type of marketing, you probably notice it's not pulling the way it used to. People aren't responding the way they're used to. If you're doing seminars, God help you, sending out, you used to be able to send out 5,000 seminar invitations and you got 50 people or more buying units to show up in a room for your free dinner. And half of those might have been plate lickers, true, because after all, what your biggest picture on your postcard from RME or Emerald was the picture of the free food. So is it any wonder you had plate lickers show up? Stop advertising free food and they won't come. But anyway, that was 10 years ago. You could have sent 5,000 invitations, gotten 50 people to show up, and been happy. Now you send out 15, 20,000 invitations, and you're lucky if 20 people show up. The response rates have dropped significantly. So it's the same thing with direct mail, same thing with other marketing strategies for financial advisors. If you are doing the same thing that you were back in '06, '07, you'll notice you're getting much less results now. So you've got to do something different. And before I show you some examples, who am I and why should you listen to me? I was written about in Registered Rep magazine. I've been written about in Mary Beth Kuzmeski's And the Clients Went Wild, where she wrote about a strategy of mine that I'm going to share with you today that literally she wrote generated over $1 million in production from one marketing idea. Been written about in using other people's money to get rich. And I've been written about in Mary Beth's first book, The Connectors, where she called me one of the top financial advisors in the country. So I am a in the trenches practicing financial advisor just like you. I'm not one of those gurus where they're teaching you marketing and they haven't actually been a financial advisor in 20 years. And they're teaching you the stuff that worked 20 years ago. That was like my first manager in the business when I started at A.G. Edwards. I was a wirehouse guy before I went independent in '07. And he told me, literally my first day back from St. Louis from training, he handed me a phone book. Told me, good luck. All your clients are in there. And I said, geez, this is the 90s. There's the internet. Al Gore invented the internet now, so we got that out there. Isn't there some better way than cold calling strangers, interrupting them during dinner and asking them for money? And he said, this was good enough for me 20 years ago. It's good enough for you. So again, we're not one of those folks, one of those companies run by somebody who hasn't seen a client in 20 years. I am a practicing financial advisor just like you. I am in production every single day, still manage money for clients, still answer those fabulous questions about how come their accounts aren't back to their high when the market's back. Because we didn't just buy an index fund. So anyway, that's who I am. That's why you should listen to me. I had the good fortune to learn all of this from the #1 marketing copywriter on the planet, Dan Kennedy, who's got 15 best-selling books. And after the first 2 years of working with him, he had quadrupled my production and told me go start teaching other people, other advisors, how to do this, what you're doing. And that's this program that I'm here to talk to you about today, which we started about 6 years ago. and my own. Actually, I have to update this slide because I have my own book called Financial Advisor Marketing Magic, which is the #1 bestseller for financial advisor marketing on Amazon. So I haven't just been written about in best-selling books. I also wrote the Bible for financial advisors on marketing. Some of the marketing campaigns I am famous for. This was a seminar invitation that went out to Republican hunters back when Hillary Clinton was the front runner for the Democratic presidential nomination back before fabulous Obama ever got elected. So we sent 268 Republican hunters this invitation to a come find out if your portfolio is Hillary-proof seminar. And instead of getting 0.5%, 1%, 2% if we're lucky, 3% if we're really good, we had, I don't even want to tell you, don't set your expectations this high, but I mean, we had over a 30% response rate. I mean, we literally had 60 people in the room. It was standing room only. And the financial advisor we did that for worked those seminar attendees for a year. Literally had enough to keep him busy, new clients for a year. This is the flagship lead generation piece, free report that I use for my firm, How to Overcome the 7 Biggest Mistakes Affluent Families Make When Working with a Financial Advisor. This is the generic one for affluent families as opposed to some of the target markets you're going to see in a minute from my firm, Silver Spoon. This is a version of it we did for Griffiths Wealth Management, How to Overcome the 7 Biggest Mistakes Conservative Growers Make When Dealing with a Financial Advisor. He is also, in addition to being a financial advisor, a blueberry farmer down in Georgia. They call themselves conservative growers. They're growers, not farmers. And he went after them with this marketing sequence. This is John Carlson, How to Overcome the 7 Biggest Mistakes Affluent Yacht Owners Tend to Make When Working with a Financial Advisor. So you see their compliance departments are different. So here it was yacht owners tend to make as opposed to the 7 biggest mistakes they do make. So every compliance department is different. Here he's a boat guy himself, and he's going after other boat owners. This is Jerry in Atlanta going after affluent cardiologists. He has a unique financial services program, unique products and services that are just for cardiology. Well, not really just for cardiologists, they're for doctors. And we went more specific than that and branded this for cardiologists. So again, I'm the secret weapon behind financial advisors who want to double their production in 12 months or guaranteed. You see a number of different niches we've gone after on behalf of financial advisors. We've done golfers, we've done Republican hunters. I've got women going after old lady quilters. It really doesn't matter what the niche is. We can tap it for you and make the dominant top of mind player in that niche in less than 90 days from launch. So what do you get as part of the gold level of the Financial Advisor Marketing Program? You get 3 marketing campaigns every single month. There are direct response marketing campaigns that have been tested, proven, and work in my practice and will work in yours. And you get the rights to modify and use them as much as you want in your own practice. Tool number 2, you get live coaching from me every month. There is a webinar every single month where you get to be on it with me and all the other gold members, where we literally walk you through, here's the campaigns for the month, here's how to do them, how to edit them for your practice, how to get them out the door, how to fulfill them and handle all the business, which is the best part. You will get a critique of any advertising or marketing you want us to look at. Doesn't matter if you buy it from RME, Seminars Express, Emerald, anybody in the industry, or come up with it yourself, send it to us. We'll critique it on the webinar for you. We'll help you make it better and get better results. You get access to our community, which means you get to talk to the other advisors on the webinar, talk to them offline. Hey, what's working for you? Hey, what did you try this? How did it work? How'd you modify it? Can you help me out? I've been very fortunate to have this wonderful community built up around me of advisors who are willing, because they're not going after the same target market, not in the same geographic area, so they're all willing to help each other out, which is really cool. I will give you a copy of my Fundamentals of Direct Response Marketing webinar. I teach this for broker-dealers all in their sales conferences all over the country, and this is outdated actually, because they normally pay me, I'm now getting paid $10,000 for a keynote speech of like an hour and a half to teach this. You get a copy of my ethical cult marketing webinar. This may offend you. You don't have to watch it. You should. It analyzes the marketing and sales techniques religious cult use and teaches how to apply them ethically to your financial services business. Apple, Harley Davidson, they're using these techniques. You should too. Big bonus, you get speed in a can. Plan B, which is a San Francisco branding agency that does marketing for Amazon, IBM, and a couple of other folks you might know, analyze the marketing campaign behind Red Bull. There are a ton of competitors in Red Bull's category, energy drinks, but none of them has made a real dent in the Red Bull market share. And Red Bull actually tastes like crap, in my opinion, and yet they still sell boatloads of it. Number 2, Tormented by the Witch, which is an analysis of the marketing campaign behind the Blair Witch Project, which literally went viral back before viral was a household word, and they had almost no marketing budget to do it with. Number 3, The Report, 7 Hidden Psychological Secrets to Maximum Sales from my friend Yannick Silver, which will help you tell you the #1 trigger behind getting people to close, getting people to buy at a very, very high percentage. Whatever your closing rate is now, I guarantee this report will make it better if you implement it. And what else do you get at the gold level of coaching? You get my shock and awe box. This is the marketing strategy that Mary Beth Kuzmeski wrote about, generating over $1 million in production. And you get it for you. What is a shock and awe box? In case you don't know, it is a giant big box of stuff that your clients or prospects are not expecting that will shock and awe the heck out of them. Why should you use it? 1, it allows you to show up like nobody else. No one else in your market is using this. It will completely differentiate you from any and all competition. Number 2, it cements your relationship with your new clients or your new prospects. It gets them to become clients at a higher rate than anything else. It eliminates any buyer's remorse on behalf of them once they become clients. They won't change their mind. They won't ACAT out. They won't cancel the incoming ACAT. They will love you for it. It makes your clients really excited about working with you, and it will get you 3 to 9 referrals right away. Person signs, becomes a client, hires you for the plan, or ACAT's over, and boom, they're referring right away. And they will keep referring, as opposed to, waiting till you've done a good job, waiting till something happens. This gets you referrals right away. It gets you a killer client testimonial to use in your marketing right away. If your broker-dealer will let you use testimonials, then you're all set. If they won't, then you don't do this part, and that's okay. If you're using this for prospecting, it'll get your new prospect to pick up the phone and call you. It doesn't matter if this is Mr. Big Shot, large local company CEO, multi-million-dollar athlete, doesn't matter. In person, 6 gatekeeper, doctor behind 6 nurses and receptionist. This will get them to pick up the phone and call you directly. Again, it gets your new prospect, in this case, to become a client. It will dramatically increase your closing ratio, and it positions you as the expert in your field for your clients and prospects. What does a shock and awe box look like? You'll learn how to design your own with my help, but I'm going to show you mine. It comes in a giant Omaha Steaks cooler, and if you were to take the lid off, in this case there's a bag that has my logo on it that I made on Zazzle. Not the logo, but the bag. I have them printed on Zazzle.com, which is another trick we use. You can literally print 1 at a time. You don't have to go buy 100. So here is what it looks like when you just take the lid off. And if you were to take every single piece out and put it on the floor, it looks like this. So again, literal, you see the box of Omaha Steaks in there. There's Oreo cookies covered in chocolate. There's a candied apple. There's literally tons and tons of. There's a referral worksheet, a testimonial worksheet, a client roadmap. There's literally tons and tons of stuff in here that gets them to go, wow. All I was expecting was that free report. This is amazing. I got to come become a client. I've never seen anything like this. This is incredible. That's exactly what happens. So what is one client worth to you? Well, if you're getting about $250,000 to $500,000 assets under management, and let's say you put half in a managed money program at 1.5%, then you're getting $1,875 to $4,000 in fees each year. let's say you put another quarter of the money in fixed income, making you nothing, and you put another quarter in an annuity ladder. That's $3,750 to $7,500 if you take the 6% or 5% upfront commission. So that's a total of $5,625 to up to $11,500 in first-year commissions, not counting if you charge them for the financial plan or anything else. And what's your investment for this program? Only $1,200 a month. Or you can prepay for a year, $10,800 up front and get 25% off. So think about that. You get one $500,000 client in an entire year of this program, you made all your money back. All right, now granted, you probably have expenses to pay, so if you generate $11,500 commissions, you might net out 50% of that. So let's say you get 2 clients or 4, 250, that you bring in $1 million in assets, you pretty much paid for the program. That could be one client. My goal is to get you a whole lot of clients every single month, not just 1 or 2 a year. So obviously that's a significant investment. So what's the guarantee? Because I guarantee everything I do here at Market Domination. Number one, you can quit at any time with no liability. I'm not going to make you sign a contract or tie you up for years or mortgage your house or anything like that. Number two, and most important, if your compliance department does not approve a marketing campaign that I provide you, I will refund your money for that campaign. That's all there is to it. Compliance won't let you do it, I'll give you your money back. And number three, if you implement the program the way we teach for a year and you aren't the top of mind advisor for your target market, I will give you 12 months of my Platinum Financial Advisor Marketing Program. That's the next level beyond Gold that costs $25,600 a year for free. So you're literally getting a 2-to-1, almost 2.5-to-1 return on your money if it doesn't work. But it's going to work. It's worked for literally hundreds of members around the country, and it can work for you too. Now, I can only, because obviously this requires a lot of my personal time and coaching, I can only take on 30 new advisors at the Gold level because you get extra time with me every month working on your shock and awe box. So how do you get yours now? It's first come, first serve. Go to finadvisormarketingprogram.com/gold. Or you can give me a call if you've got questions, 716-908-3164. But please respect my time as I have little kids who go to bed early and I'm on the East Coast. So please don't call me after 7 o'clock Eastern time because I'll be putting the kids to bed and my wife will be pissed at me if I'm taking work calls at 7 o'clock at night. So call me during normal East Coast business hours if you've got questions, or go to finadvisormarketingprogram.com/gold right now to get enrolled, get started, doubling your production in 12 months, guaranteed. Thanks so much for your time.